my god, this is like the weirdest angle I've seen yet. So I woke up pretty late because I don't know. I just felt like sleeping. I was like, it's like my last day to like sleep in. So like let's just go with it. So I did that and then I went to the library because lately I cannot do anything at home. I don't know like what that's about. I just know that I'm more productive at the library recently. I had therapy today. So I actually switched therapists from the last time I did therapy because I felt like my therapist before, and like that's a thing where people are like, oh, I tried therapy, it didn't work. Well, you didn't have a therapist that you actually liked. And I fear that the first girl that I had, I don't know, it just felt like she was like listening to me, but like not really. So I switched to a different therapist, and that's what I met with today. She was so good, okay? Honestly, 10 out of 10. Like, validated a lot of what I had to say. What I like about her is like she'll tell me like if I'm wrong, because like that's what I want. I want someone to be like, hey, like this is what it is, this is what it isn't. Not doing too much. When I get home, I'm probably gonna go through another lecture, so that way I'm not leaving everything until last minute. And then tomorrow during the day, I'm gonna just focus on studying and doing lectures. And then at night, I'm actually going out. Monday morning, I have some morning to study. Then I'm gonna take my exam on Monday. Then probably go back to the library because I have a big exam on Tuesday. So we're just like all over the place. But honestly, I got my research grade back. I didn't know if I was gonna be good at research or like how research was gonna go for me because I've never done it before. But like with my grades and my feedback, I feel really good about it. Like I actually feel like I'm like doing something. So that's good. I went to a cycling class. He is intense, okay? Like, he went row by row, making sure everybody was riding the speed and everything that they were supposed to, and the resistance that they were supposed to, which I've never had anybody do that. But it was good because he pushed me. Like, this was the first time sweat was, like, dripping off of my body. And then I went to a meditation class, which this was my first time going. Dude, I will be going every single time that they offer it. It was so peaceful. I think I got some clips, but it was amazing. And they just incorporated a lot of things that I personally find a lot of value in. I had an exam this morning for acute chronic. It was pretty good. I feel pretty good about it, but I just again like I still have been dealing with a lot in my personal life, so I feel like that has been like taking up a lot of room in my brain. But after my little session today, I feel a lot better. I think tonight is gonna be a chill night. It's gonna be a restful night. We're gonna just go off of the vibes of my meditation class. So I just showered. I actually had a bag of stuff that I was keeping from my last relationship, and I don't want to throw any of these things away because they're honestly good things, and you know, they have a lot of value, they hold a lot of memories. You let me know, are you someone that throws stuff away? I definitely throw things away, maybe in a couple years. A Gucci box. I normally keep my Gucci belt in it. However, we can keep the Gucci belt in here, but I'm gonna use this box and I'm just gonna put the stuff in here. I thought about throwing stuff away, but then I was like, no. I'm like, that's not very me. I have like some earrings, I have like pictures and stuff, like little like knickknacks and stuff. Like if we went on a date somewhere, I just like to keep stuff just because I'm like that. Just because I'm like that. Are you guys like that? I think this is good because it'll be out of sight because I've kind of just like had it sitting. Put that. And this is my vision board from the beginning of the year. We did make vision boards together. I mean, a lot of this has to do with like other things that I want to do as well. Like, I wanted to go to Monaco, I wanted to get good grades, I wanted to go to the Plaza Hotel in during like winter time. Yeah, and it also has a lot of positive affirmations, but we are in a new phase right now, and this was a really fun project. I definitely recommend anybody make a vision board if they ever get the chance. It's just really nice to like see the things that you want to do at that point in time. I don't know, cuz my plan like originally was to just like take the photos off and put the photos in the box and then do a whole new vision board, but I think I'll just do a new vision board completely. So, I am also going to keep this in this little trunk that I have. I'm going to put the box back in my closet where it goes, and yeah, that's it. Hey guys, what's up? Happy Thursday. It's actually Juneteenth, so happy Juneteenth. I am headed on over to Panera, so I need to go get some breakfast. I think I'll just get something at Panera, and I'm gonna sit down there, get some stuff done, because a lot needs to be done. Yeah, it does. I have also kind of a sort of busy weekend. My friend's birthday is on Saturday, so we are doing like a dinner. I posted my breakup vlog last night. I actually like schedule my videos to go up, so that was scheduled for I think 6:30 yesterday, and I was at the gym at the time. I did take exam 2 earlier this week, Monday and Tuesday. One of them was on the easier side, I thought, and the other one was pretty hard. And then this upcoming week, I have 2 ATIs on Monday, and then on Thursday, Friday, I have my exam 3s, which is my final exam, and that closes us out, which is absolutely insane. You know, I'm kind of like in a let's get this shit done mood, so that's good. Got my patho grade back for exam 2, and honestly, I'm pretty happy about it. Oh my god, that scared me. I thought it was a bug. And I'm actually pretty happy about it, you know, just considering everything, that I'm still keeping my head above water, and now we can really get into it for exam 3. I wanted to clarify, I did not work out today. I have no plans on working out today. Today's a rest day for me. I am meeting my friend at the restaurant by the gym that we go to. Initially, I was like, I'm just gonna get a glass of wine, like I'm not gonna do too much, but I'm honestly starving, so we'll be eating. I texted the class group chat and I was like, guys, exam grades are out, because I feel like normally somebody does that, you know, to like let people know to like check their grade. But I was also like, guys, this is our last patho exam in our whole life, unless we go back to school again. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this program. We will finally be done with patho. We had patho spring semester session 1, we had patho spring semester session 2, and we had patho summer session semester 1. That's 3 times that we've had patho. Your girl is tired of patho. Don't ever show me patho again. I don't ever want to hear the words patho again, okay? Like, please get away from me with that. I felt very just at ease today. I think especially getting my grades back, knowing that I am still able to like accomplish things, and I really am like making myself proud. And I feel like today I genuinely felt like proud of myself when I got my exam grade back. I feel like it's like hard to know unless you're in the same boat, but you can only imagine what it's like in general. It's just hard sometimes when you are the only person supporting yourself. So I'm actually getting dressed for my friend's birthday dinner. As you guys can see, I did most of my base, but I wanted to also get dressed with you. Right now, I'm actually just putting on the Rhode blush on the face. This is in the shade Toasted Teddy, and I really have been loving this on me. And I got these new lashes. These are actually from TikTok Shop, which is where I get a lot of my lashes, but this is like a different style, and I think I'm really digging it, honestly. The brand GenSee sent over a bunch of things, so I wanted to try them out. They sent it in this really cute bag, and they have a lot of like, there's like eyeshadow, there is lip colors, there is, oh, brow powder, Cognac, just like my favorite lip liner. Oh my god, this is almost exactly my lip color. This is actually like a nude on me. I kind of want to do something fun because I'm wearing like a black look for this dinner. Let's see what these eyeshadows are looking like. Okay, we have like a gray color. This is in the shade Rosewater. Oh, this is a lip color. This is in the shade Lychee. I love lychees. Kind of very similar to that color, almost like a nudie color. Okay, so we might have to just try these things on a different day when I'm going for a more simple look. I'm going to use my favorite liner from Jones Road in the shade Cognac as well, because we need a dark lip for this. I was thinking about doing this NARS lip in the shade Mischievous, which is a red. Okay, this is different for me, but I feel like I need to do something different. This is more of like a coral red. I'm gonna line with the Rhode lip liner. My lips are stained. This is new. This is a Superstay Teddy Tint from Maybelline in the shade Coquettish. I feel like this might be a red that we're going for. Okay, I actually really like that. I wanted to answer some of your questions, and I actually just finished getting dressed for my friend's birthday dinner, and I'm actually early. I'm just gonna go through the questions from my YouTube, and then if you guys DM'd me any questions, I am just gonna answer them. How I got in? Honestly, that is, that's probably a question for the admissions committee, but if you want to know a few things that I had on my resume when I was applying to Emory, then I will let you know. So I've had previous healthcare experience. I've worked so many healthcare jobs. I have been a phlebotomist. I've been a medical secretary for over a year in a psychiatric unit. I have been a optometry tech. I do a lot more than just academics, but in terms of academics, I always strive to get the best grades. Even if like I get a grade that I'm not happy with, I have actually retaken classes. Initially when I started retaking classes, it was for PA school. Oh, and I feel like I wrote a really good essay. My essay for Emory was very personal, and it had something to do with, you know, a life experience that I had recently, actually a couple months before Emory started. Something had happened in my family, and it was healthcare related, and it was, you know, something that really changed my life and changed my perspective. So it wasn't an essay about like why I'm such a great candidate or why you should take me because I'm really smart. Like, it was really something personal to me. Keep it personal because it's like the one part of your application that really shows who you are as a person. Everything else is like stats, you know, your GPA, how many hours you've worked, your volunteer hours, etc. So many of the applicants also have good GPAs, right? They're also really smart. So it's hard to like flex that you're really smart in that situation because like so many people are applying that are just as qualified as you. I think you just have to make yourself stand out because it's a lot more than grades. And even in nursing, it's so much more than grades. Yes, grades are important, especially going to the #1 nursing school. You know, we have standards, but it's not the only thing. And living on campus, I'm not living on campus. I initially, when I was applying to Emory, there was another program that I was considering, and it was a longer program and you had to be on campus. And I mean, you didn't have to be on campus, but you had to be in the metro Atlanta area, And I ultimately decided against that because I did not want to have to pay rent during nursing school. As you guys know, I live at home, and I think it helped so much just because the money that I am making when I was working part-time in nursing school in the beginning, and what I make from social media, that money I can use to do things that I enjoy, which, to be fair, in an accelerated program, there's not a bunch of time, you know, and you, for the most part, you're in class all day, all week, or you're studying for something, or you're going to clinical. So you don't have a lot of time. And that means that you don't really have time to work a ton. So either, you know, you're renting somewhere and you have to take a loan for that on top of tuition, or you can live at home, which, I mean, hey, as a brown girl, I know that's not always the number one thing that people want to do. I think that for me, I just wanted to be around people that I know, that I can trust. You know, my cats, especially because they live here with my parents. I've lived alone many times. I've had various apartments in my life. I've lived in Tampa, I've lived in Miami. As of recently, I literally moved back home to go to Emory because I was living in Miami and I was living on my own, paying rent and stuff like that. And I just know that there's a lot of responsibility living alone. You have to cook for yourself, clean for yourself, do laundry. And don't get me wrong, I think it's totally doable. I think you can be in nursing school, living on your own, and make it work. But I just knew that it wasn't something I wanted to do at this moment. And I know that when I graduate nursing school very soon, I will more than likely be leaving my hometown, which means I will be renting an apartment and, you know, working my new grad nurse job, and that is kind of more of a priority for me. Oh, someone asked me, just curious, what do you do for work? So I was actually working at an optometry group, and prior to nursing school, I was also working at an optometry group for the same company. It was just a different location. And I just really love optometry. I think it's really fascinating. I used to be an optometry tech, so I was doing that. And I've also done front desk and like insurance stuff. There are days where I definitely miss my job and I miss my coworkers because even in the beginning of nursing school, it was a lot, you know, like I had class and stuff, but it was nice being able to like see my coworkers because I felt like having a job in nursing school really allowed me to like socialize with my coworkers, and like, you know, optometry is different than nursing, so I feel like I got to focus on something different versus what I do almost every day in nursing school. Someone said, how long is your nursing degree? So my program at Emory is essentially 11 months long, and yeah, it's only 11 months. So you guys know, at least as I'm filming this video, it's currently June, and yeah, that means that there's only a few more months left. It has been compact, it's been accelerated, actually, you know, they're not just saying it. It has definitely been an experience. I have been busy all the time, and there's not a day that goes by where I can just chill. I definitely think it's doable. So somebody said, what classes do you have to take before clinical? A bunch of classes every semester. Love to say that. I don't even want to know how many credits it was because it was a lot. But the first semester we had a bunch of classes. We technically did do clinical in the spring semester, except it wasn't during our classes. It was when we all went to Atlanta and stayed in a hotel together. What made you switch from PA school to nursing school? Honestly, I was very set on PA school, but as a first generation, I really didn't know much about healthcare. I really didn't know all the options in healthcare, and I really only discovered PA school towards the very, very end of college, and I was in college during COVID. For me, you know, I knew I wanted to do PA school, but there was a lot of things that I had wanted to do during that time that I couldn't, like shadowing. So for undergrad, I had a college apartment, and it was right by my college, and I was very much like independent, immersed in that. I really loved my college. I went to USF in Tampa. But then COVID happened and I had to move back home. And moving back home when you're used to living alone, when you're used to, again, living basically at college because I was like 5 minutes away. So I was really like in the swing of things, and then because I had to come home, there was really not the same motivation. My senior year, I probably had the best grades I had the entire time during college because I was home and I couldn't go out and I couldn't do anything because it was COVID. So I really, like, basically got straight A's. And that was great for my GPA, but I wasn't really able to do a lot of extracurricular things that I had wanted to. You know, PA school is really competitive. I had not applied yet, but I had paid someone to go over my application. I think I paid them a couple $100s. I was working full-time trying to get my application together. I was living alone, so I was paying rent, and then I was trying to save money for PA school because I knew, like, with rotations and everything, I would need some money, you know, hopefully saved up. Yeah, I also wanted to get different patient care hours, so I was doing different jobs because I wanted to look competitive. And honestly, it was a lot, okay? And what I thought was gonna be one gap year turned into, I think I basically took like 2.5 gap years. For me, like, it just never felt like the right time. Even when my application, I'll never forget. I broke it into hives because I was so stressed, working, doing all these things, getting the stuff together for PA school, and it was right before the cycle opened, and I was just looking at my application and I was just like, this has caused me so much stress and unhappiness. Like, I don't think I can, like, go through multiple cycles. And everybody I knew that applied to PA school, besides one person, literally everybody else I know did multiple cycles. So I was just like, I can't be stuck working full-time at an entry-level medical job for another year and just, like, basically putting my fate in these people's hands. Because at that point, I was just ready. Like, I just wanted to go back to school, and I felt like PA school was, I think it's a great career, but I realized, like, a lot of what I liked about PA I could do as a nurse. It was kind of a no-brainer at that point that I should just apply to nursing school. This time around, I had applied to Emory and Columbia, and I got into both Emory and Columbia. I was actually going to apply to schools in my hometown, but I was like, you know what? Go big or go home. Oh my god. I just opened Instagram for a second. I'm genuinely so shook. Someone said, how are you liking the Ultra Human ring? So I've been wearing my Ultra Human ring, and if you guys don't know, Ultra Human did send this to me, and it was really nice. They reached out and they were like, we love your vlogs, we love that you're in nursing school, we think that you're gonna, you know, think this is like the coolest thing ever. And boy, were they right. I really like it because I can track my sleep, I can track my menstrual cycle, I can track when I'm supposed to, you know, taper off caffeine. I can track what time I should go to bed, even though that never happens, but, like, it's just nice. I can track my workouts on it, which I also really like because I think it's, like, a lot cuter than my Apple Watch was, because if you guys remember in the earlier vlogs, I would use my Apple Watch all the time, but I do really like it. This is my second one because my first one actually broke when I went swimming. Actually, it broke, even though it's supposed to be waterproof, but they were nice enough to replace it, so I think that was, like, a pro in my book. But yeah, I do really enjoy it. I think that if you're in nursing, I think that it's great because I'm sure you'll find a lot of the stats interesting. We've been talking a lot. That's where I'm going to end this Q&A. I'm going to go to my friend's birthday dinner. She's turning 25. We can be old together, I guess. Walking to dinner. I got Emily some flowers. But you guys, I just got my exam grade back. And I got the highest exam grade in the whole class. Basically, I'm smart as fuck. But these are the flowers that I got her. And I'm walking. Happy birthday! We were here for your birthday in December, and I have videos from the vlog. Oh yeah, the one I took with you, Patrick? Yeah.